So we're gonna go to the GrowthWorks, right? And since we want to do alarm, all of these are offers. So we got the smart home. What is this? The smart home automation. That's just what the tag is. But we could change the name using Chat GPT to upgrade this particular information, right? So we can go like this, right? Download that. Download that. So essentially, what I'm trying to do is we're doing this off the fly. We're creating an offer, setting up everything else after that. Like, we didn't choose nothing existing. We chose something to start brand new. So you're going to see the full steps. And you're targeting home security. That's what this list is for. So what I did was I said GrowthWorks is my web of automation that's going to create all of the marketing content that we need to do to produce whatever we need to say, the content pieces we need to create, and also the lead magnets, video scripts, and everything. But we're going to use Chat GPT to refine this, right? And I don't have to use the offer architect or anything like that, because my chat is pretty much as intelligent as I am. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in the side here, and we're going to say, here is our product. Then you add the files. You tell it exactly what you want to do. So pretty much just look over my stuff. I really don't like the names of it. So give me some new brand names, read it, and give me a whole new plan. So that's pretty much what I'm asking it to do. You understood. Price range is a little high. You also do this, right? This is me accessing the back end of the website, so I could go over to the secured packages, right? We got the categories, and we got the secured packages, because I want the images of actually products. You just ate, man. I need the images to make this better. I'm pretty sure you can figure out how to do this in Canva. We don't need to hire nobody to do this. So now that we got all the images, right, we go back over to chat, and we're going to build out. So it's telling us core framework, smart home primer, device discovery map. This would be the framework we'll use to sell the product. You know what I'm saying? That we'll give all the way for free. But what we will have to do is build out the words for all of these phases, shoot videos for all of these phases, and then run ads for all of these phases, because it's going to be the long form videos. We're just going to do only the long. We're not going to do how we did the 5 on Business Blueprint, because that's a coaching program. We're just selling the product. So we're just going to do the long video that's going to explain each steps, the authority video that's going to explain each steps, and a lead magnet videos that's going to explain each steps. And then we're just going to have the lead magnets and then just run ads. And then it's all going to point them back to wherever they're going to be in the process to explain furthermore and take them to the next step. The final step would be to find if they want whatever package that they want and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm actually about to revise this, because I'm going to add the packages, and I'm going to tell him to revise it, to cater it and tailor it to to the images. Instead of doing it like these steps, all like that, we're going to do it the same way, but it's going to be tailored to exactly what we actually sell. Instead of just giving generic information to give them back to where we got to go. That's why I took those images. And I'm going to tell them, based on our existing security packages, we want to rewrite this offer to match this. It don't have to all 9 steps, just incomplete. We really don't have to correct the spelling. He gonna get it. But let's do it. He said, whoa, oh man, we got going on here. What the fuck is going on now? Now you got me looking crazy. All right, let's do this. I could never be beaten by AI. Never be defeated. Pricing is way off. See, all right, I like this better. So the buyer's roadmap, quick design call. So we'll map out the blind spots. We could act it out. All this stuff we could definitely act out in video, so that way they can see it. Pre-install network checklist, the pro installation, 1 app command center, and a 30-day tune and 90-day audit. Then, like, we contact them 30 days and contact them in 90, follow-up type shit. Right. Use Zoho or GrowthWorks. Well, this will point them back to the GrowthWorks. But we're going to use Zoho to run the engine. We're going to use Zoho because I could segment list inside of Zoho, but then we'll send them using GrowthWorks, the websites that we use for GrowthWorks and all that. We send them to that website so that way they can then get into a different automation to get the offers. So this is started. GrowthWorks will finish it in a nutshell. So they can give us the add-ons. So I'm going to give it the list of where did I put it? Spot. All right, so down desktop. So I just wanted to scan all the names, email addresses, jobs, and businesses, so that way it can tailor the soap opera series emails. Also, ask me any questions about my past security work to make this so that way just pull up all that details and then come up with the best possible plan. Also ask me questions so that way we can throw the past jobs I had in there, because it's all going to be random. So that way we can tailor the emails from giving them a story. So for the first one, the night everything felt wrong. So we hit pin, right? And then it says the 8 minutes that changed how I secured homes. Client in Westchester had cameras and doorbells and the keypad looked solid. One storm knocked and Wi-Fi out and every alert went solid. The garage opened up at 2:14 a.m. Next morning, the footage was useless. This is all freestyle too. This was the day that we rebuilt a system around a stronger network, cell backup, and one app that told me whenever something happened, as soon as they go to sleep. And then it just keeps going in. Then you can download the checklist. And then that checklist will be one of these guys. Because once we configure the offer, we'll adjust the headings, adjust the offers. Because if you look at this right here at a glance, it's the whole entire program. So if a person look at this, and like, oh, the steps that it takes me to get to this, now they feel that they're getting more information. And each one of these individually is a lead magnet in itself, giving them more information on how you do this within this step. So as we're selling it, we're telling them, so if this is a 15-minute booking call, this is what we're going to be covering over the call, and this is what we're looking for within this call type shit. So they know, they're prepared. They come on a call, they know what it is. This is what's going to happen when we install your system. This is the type of equipment we're going to use. This is how we put in door, all of that. Yeah. Nobody is doing it this way. Everybody else have it. They're following A&T. But if we give the framework of how they could utilize their system, rather than just say, do it yourself, call customer service. Right. If we give them a framework, they always resource back to the framework. And the videos we're going to do as lead magnets is going to be showing, hey, this is how you set this up. How you put a door contact on. This is how you get it. This is how you contact us if you have any issues. So we got the emails, right? So now we go back to Zoho. So we're going to use Campaign Manager, because all we're going to do is just run a campaign. And being that we don't have any websites or anything up like this here, it doesn't matter. We could just send them to forms. They could just fill out. We could just create a one-page form and have them just fill out a form and waiting list or some shit like that. Or just put a booking. We could just put a booking. That's all. We could just put a booking in and all the emails, and they could just book a call for us for right now. Gotcha. So as we come to the campaigns, we have dashboard, campaigns, contact automation, e-commerce. You can hook up. You can use their e-commerce store or Shopify, library, and reports. So we're going to go to contacts. We're going to go to manage list, because we want to create a list and then put people in that list. This is how you segment your all right, so you see this right here? So this, let's say this right here was my main list where everybody's coming into it. Mm-hmm. I'll send them, they'll be getting random emails about what we do, but also specific emails about these other lists here. So if they click on it, they will get that tag, and now they'll get into this list, and then they'll start getting information about what they're most interested in. That's how you segment it out and whatnot. All right, so we're going to create a new list, and we're going to call this, we can call, what did this guy call it? Let's call it the Smart Home Soap Opera Series. So we create the list, give it the name. So we want to import contacts, and let's just, hopefully it can import all these contacts from this spreadsheet. Upload, import it to the limit. Subscription type, marketing. The brand topic is going to be, where is it at? We could either create one. I guess we could just use burglar alarm. We have consent to do this. These contacts has been given us consent. Update for existing, and then we click save. We can map the field so that way the spreadsheet lines up with Zoho. Let's see, assign tags. So we're gonna, we have some tags, security store, employee. I gotta take that call in 10 minutes, so I'm gonna just pause it.
And so,
added their usernames?
Sensitive to their LinkedIn profile as well.
Oh, from here.
This is just the email address, but they also have the LinkedIn profile.
Right, I think because you can, through social media, yes, absolutely. So on, all right, so now that we have the list, we have the contacts in the list, we don't need to set up a form or anything like that. We're not doing that. This is a way we could use this API key and paste this form, so that way you can put it on the website and you can just fill out the forms and stuff like that, but we're not using that. We're just using this to send out the soap opera series, to send them over to GrowthWorks, to send them to a different automation and sell services. But this email, in the beginning, since we don't know these people, the soap opera series, it should warm them up, hopefully. So now, we got the contacts created. So now the next step after that is we got to create the automation, the workflows. So within the workflows, this is where you will create all of your, what they have 6 emails, so 6 email automation series. So I'll create this from scratch. That's what we're going to do. So we have the list. I got it. So this type of workflow, like I said, we're going to create this from scratch, and we're going to call this the. So now you need a trigger. What's going to trigger this automation to start doing whatever it is that you want to do? On the side, we have triggers, processes, and action. Triggers is what's going to start something to do something. Process is what you're going to take them through, which route you're going to take them through, or you're going to merge them into one specific action, or split them randomly and things like that. Then these are the actions which you're going to send an email, text message, wait condition, and things like that. So the first trigger, since triggers could be a form on a website, so I fill out a form on a website, that's a trigger. So when somebody enters a form, then the automation will actually start working or go true. So we don't have a form, so we have a list. So what we want to do is we want to drag the list over, and then we select that list. This is why we had to create the list first. Then we're going to select the soap opera series list. That just means that everybody in this list, whoever get put in this list, and everybody that's already in this list existing, is going to start automatically. And we can also add another trigger to say when they get tagged.
What's open trigger? That means it'll say open email.
Right. When they open an email. So in the tag, if they get tagged with the tag burglar alarm, because there's other email automations. So within those email automations, there could be a burglar alarm tag. Okay. So now that they could be in a news series, a webinar, like an evergreen newsletter series, meaning that you just send in blogs once a week. And they could just be reading that, but now they're interested in a burglar alarm blog, and now a tag. Now they moved over here. So the process for this is we're gonna merge this. So we gotta just send an email. So when this either one happen, if they get into the list or if they get assigned a tag, we're gonna create a message. And when you click this response, you can add once it's delivered, if it was open, if they replied, if they skipped it, if they clicked on any link, or if they clicked on a specific link, you would have to add that. But let's say if they clicked on any link, if they skipped the email, if they opened it, and if it got delivered. If it got delivered, it's just like an email confirmation that they got the email. And it will give you these if actions. So if it got delivered, what do you want to do? If they open it, what do you want to do? If they clicked on any link, what do you want to do? If they skip it, what do you want to do? Right? You can OD and do something like that, but we're not going to do that. So we're going to create the message. When you create the message, you give it a message name. And then now this is when you go back to ChatGPT, get the headings. That's the campaign name. Now we're going to configure the topic. This is just marketing. And if there's a topic that we want to talk about or something new, you can add it as well. And everything got consent. You always got to give consent. So the subject is the 8 minutes that changed how I changed home security. When you have this personalized button here and you go contact first name, it'll say, I always say my name. So it'll be like Anthony, the 8 minutes that changed so I can hear how it sounds. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you could do that as well to personalize it. So whoever's in that list is going to use their name. So that's how you can also add a pre-header. Your preview could be that, or the big idea. You can add either one of those for pre-header. Thing is we getting stuck in shit. Click save. And it'll give you some information on the side if you're hitting that threshold of saying too many words, if there's not enough words, if it's right, whatever. Now we want to add some information, who we sending it from, securities. You could change the email, either these info or accountant, but everything goes back to info. Reply tracking means they're going to track the people who reply back to this message. So if you want to use that, you can track replies, and you can have auto forwarding replies that you can forward to a different address. And we'll leave that to right there. And we click save. All right, it's about time to make that clear. Next, we will have to create the piece of content. Actually, I'm not going to delve with it. It's just weird. I'm putting on speaker so you can hear it. But I'm going to call them in a minute. like 10:01. So we got save templates where there's save templates that you can use. If you want to use some save templates, shit like that. You can use a pre-designed template or a basic template. So as we resume. So we go back to campaigns and we could use a pre-designed template. We're going to create a template email from scratch because we just sent in a basic generic email. No pictures or nothing like that. Nothing too crazy. So a basic generic one, this will work. We'll use this template. I think I may already have one, but it's fine. We could just go through this. So here we could change on, what are we doing? Smart home? Oh, fuck. Oh, my bad. That's the custom That's why it didn't work. I'll set you up in here. I probably did. I don't even know. I'm just looking for an image. An image I can use for the logo. Camera or.
Those images are the ones you already saved. This one.
I'm not using that. So. Now we can have the link to GrowthWorks. So really quickly, when we go to calendars, this is a sidebar training. We go to calendar settings. We can create this one. We could duplicate this one. These are all the steps. You see how I'm going back and forth? This is changing a thought. I'm not even back, but this is how it works. So we go back. I'm serious, bro. So this is how it works. So now we go back to ChatGPT and say, create me a booking description. Keep it generic. It's about to smoke some holy. I'm always after speaking to Miranda. This is Joe. Looking for me. You know what I'm saying? So, now we got that. Control C. We go back to GrowthWorks because we sending them to GrowthWorks from Zoho. So actually, Control A. This is everything I go through, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Control A, Control V, Control A, back, and we go Control V. That didn't do what I wanted it to do. So let me take this out because this is going to be the name of that. So we're going to change this to paragraph. Zero filing, all that big shit. And that's going to be that. Logo can stay. So we're going to change the name to, what is this? Smart Home what? We're going to call that Smart Home Design. Make sure, because this is like the URL. So each one has its own URL. So you want to make sure you change that so you don't have a conflict with URLs. And you can put a color, whatever. Let's go with Peacock, you heard? Availability. This is all the availability. And you can look busy by a certain percentage. So when they look at the calendar, it'll be like 2 dates, 3 dates. So it ain't a whole bunch of dates booked up. You know what I mean? Right. I'm only available these 2 days for this month. Scarcity. So boom, we got all that. It's a 30-minute call, 7-day range, and all that other good stuff. You can have them pay, but this is going to be a free call. All this can stay the same. I confirm I want to receive. Thank you for your appointment. So we changed the number here, 45. That number do work, but it's the GrowthWorks number, 46, and I don't have a phone line for that. So it's only going to hit the AI bot. So next after that, notifications, all that can stay the same. Connections, stay the same. Customization. If you want a cover photo for the calendar, Neo, primary color, you keep giving me that. That's really not the Chase Blue. It's close to it, but it's not. This is more close to it, but it's really not. But it's fine. Then after that, click Save. Because what we did was just create a calendar for people to book us. Because you want to have calendars. Like you want a calendar for each offer. You don't want to have a calendar for if you're going to fire alarm and there's somebody who wants a burglar alarm and they're hitting the fire alarm calendar. Right. You want to know where this call is coming from, so you're wrapped in that. Plus, you probably have a person for that avenue of work. We'll have a fire alarm person, a burglar alarm person, or axe. It won't really be just one person doing these things, but you still need to filter it out. You know where the business is actually coming from. So now
to the chat booking description one time. Yeah, just want to see that.
The chat one.
The words you made in the chat. You started with this one, Smart Home Design.
The short version. It's a short version and a long version.
Got it.
It just gave more information than I actually asked for. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to break it down what they're going to be getting really quickly. So being that we have this created, now we want to do is copy the link, right? So that way we'll always have this link. Let me show you what it looked like. So that way we'll always have this link when we write the emails. Look busy. You know? That's what it looks like. So now we go back to campaigns and we can just say here we can go put the link in, open it up on a new window, donezo. So this part here, you hit the settings button. I'm gonna center this. Let's go to design. Yep. And then we hit center, right? So here, go to that first email. Right there. So we go to that first email, and we can just copy this. All right. So now, let me just finish this and I'll call her. All right. So now we got this, and I like to put space in between my email so it's easily readable. You know what I'm saying? Fix that, and then we just organize it, and we'll just do this. Actually, I'm gonna take most of this other stuff out. Then we'll copy and paste that. I don't need that. And just throw a PS in there. And what we can do is highlight this word checklist. All right, let's do it. So we'll just use, let's call it the one-page device discovery map, right? We'll use this one as the lead magnet. It's not all the way set up, but I'm gonna leave it as is, and I'm going to download this. So I'm gonna download it, and then I'm gonna upload it to the GrowthWorks media section, so that way I can get a link, and then I'm gonna use that as the cheat sheet. But then I'm gonna change it when we actually go live, so that way I have to edit it. So hold on, sites, media. So we'll upload, download, and then I'll just leave that name. Copy, and then we go back over to campaigns, because now we're going to highlight this word checklist, because PS, if your system relies on Wi-Fi only, this checklist, click this link to download this free guide, more information, right? Download this checklist, we'll find the weak points in 5 minutes, and then you got to book a call, and then you can add all of your things here, so security core, LinkedIn, I gotta get that. So you just go over, get all this other information. I'm coming to render. I'm gonna do big points. And I'll save this as a template so that we don't have to do this again. I got you. It's my man Shalal, Old Tap. This is who taught me all the non-ether stuff. Him and his nephews, all that Dr. York shit. They used to always call, they used to be, showing them how to do the business and everything. They was calling me too much. I had to let them know, listen, this is how you do it. Gave them a whole framework, and now they're doing it. So I like to see that. And I can't. Music. I used to rap. I used to be a rapper back in the days. And my Taurus general guy who rapped. We was part of ET Regiment, the Elohim team. So now we got.
You say they're doing it, doing what?
They're meaning that there is. All right, so they're learning how to post content and get themselves out there. Right. I gave them the play, and instead of me holding their hand and doing it, I had to step back and say, I'm going to paperwork to do it. I need you guys to read this shit and figure it out. And they figured it out. So email, Instagram, the file. You can go blueprint Zoho.com. This is how they enter the Zoho desk. So it could be, I'll just put support. I got a few emails. I could create more. I'll show you that as well. So boom, we click done. And now you see we got all this, right? Mm-hmm. And then would you like to, all this is generic. So what we do here now, we save to library, and we're gonna call this the Super template. Save that, proceed. So now we have it all set up, right? So we can test this, and then we send a test email. So down here, I always use my default theme. And all I do is add this at the bottom, and then it'll take them to that link to this page here. Jitty.
So you go back to where you added the default thing again?
What do you mean?
I was looking at the email. You said you added.
Oh, right here. Header and footer theme. When you select it, you have a couple, and the one I created is that one. And you can track it with analytics. So once you do that, that's pretty much it. You just say, take me to my canvas, and the email is actually done. And here we just configure what these responses is, right? So if they skipped it, we'll send them the email again, right? Whatever link they clicked on, the cheat sheet or the book a call, we'll configure that email, right? But I got to get to this call real quick. Oh, they put it for 10:45. All right, so we still got time done. You heard I'm done? So.
And it's a soap opera series. You have to add the rest of the soap opera in, right?
But we're going on a journey, right? So we got into the list. Now we sent the email. Now, one of these actions have to take. If I open it, now I'm going to put a wait time, and then I'm going to send another email. We can put another qualifier or not. Wait time, one day, and then another email. Wait time, and then another email until it's done. So you don't send them an email. You send one email a day. So one email a day should be sending them to GrowthWorks to book a call or a cheat sheet. Then at the end, we put another tag, because this is home security, we put another tag to talk about cameras into another list that's going to talk about something else, or go deeper into whatever the topics that we're talking about. But this is the tag is going to eventually, because we're going to have to build out automations here and on both sides, more or less, for this to work effectively. So that way we can keep them filtered, because Growth just work a little bit better than Zoho as far as them in automation. But you can set up Zoho the same way.
That's what you mean by both sides, right?
So we're going to be integrating both of them together.
When you say cheat sheet,
You want to teach me how to get a 6-pack. Your cheat sheet is going to give me 3 steps that's going to show me how to do that. This is the meal plan you have to take. This is the concentration areas you have to focus on. This is the amount of water you should be drinking every day. You know what I'm saying?
book a call, we'll do that.
That's your cheat sheet. You're giving them the answers for that step. Not the whole entire thing, but for that step, you're giving them the answers. So you give them the answers in the lead magnet, in all the videos, and all your social media content. So what else do we have? So this is pretty much how you will create the email. Now, let me just backtrack. Exactly what I use. What I would use is delivered, open, and clicked on any link. That's pretty much what I would use. And then here, you can save it as a template, but we'll add more as once I get off the jack. And once that's set, you activate it, and then the list will start working. It'll start populating. Then from there, we will just have to refine the product inside of GrowthWorks, so when they actually get these cheat sheets, it's really giving them that information.
Got it. But as we go down the flow, there'll be more of these messages. Like the next part of the series will come in after we know whatever the response is going to be. So if it's opened or they click on the link,
email number 2.
then email. So this is pretty much what it will look like over and over.
Right.
Like this message, and then these responses.
Let me show you what one look like live. They all pretty much suspended, but whatever. Let's see. I think I got it. Okay. And this is just generic. So when they get into the list, send them the first email. It's going to wait a couple of days. Send them another email. Wait some more days. That's too long of a wait time. And then send them another email. Pretty much this is the outline of it. And it's going to be added to the list of security store, which that list should have another automation, security store, that's just going to be sending them into a more freaky situation. You know what I'm saying? This is the one that's selling the product, but this is not set up. This has to all be set up once we get the product set.
Gotcha.
This has to all be set up. And then once they inside of these, we also got to add tags for the interest and whatever the interest, so we can send them in different directions. So all this got to be all set up. So when we work with the Zoho people, this is what they have to do.
Oh, so they're gonna do it.
Right. This is in the beginning we ain't got no money now, so we got to do it. But in the beginning, there's no way we're gonna be able to finish those. But we give them this, they can finish all of it. All we got to do is start setting up our whatever frameworks we can set up in the time we can set it up. But when we get the money to hire them, listen, we need these 4 or 5 automations set up. Here go the emails, here go the blogs.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have a conversation on how we want to do it. Tell chat to give us the framework, give it to them so they can do it.
So question though, would it be valuable